Welcome back to RealVacantLand.com. I'm excited to bring you a beautiful property in Northern California and some big pine trees, redwood trees, whatever you call them. It's monster trees, like trees you can't even hug, they're so big. So let's take a look at these and see if this is the right property for you. And jump into the website. I'm on the map search part of RealVacantLand.com. And the map search here is it's starting to get filled in. Different properties all over the place, especially Arizona, Southern California. We've been buying, selling properties. They're all behind my head. And I'll move them here. Bunch of properties. Buy and sell, buy and sell. Cheapest in the area, best deals in the area, again and again and again. Just keep serving them up. Keep making little YouTube videos like this about them. People keep buying them, so I'm just going to keep at it. And right here is another one. This one is getting north more in California. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So we're starting to get more of them filling in here in Northern California. I've been working on it a lot. They're a lot harder to buy. You got to pay a lot more money for them. But I think we can get them. I'm sure we're getting them way below the market price. I'm trying to sell them like half the market price, and try to do them quick so you guys can run with them, go make money off of them. Still start with a whole bunch of equity in these things. Feel comfortable. Never come back to me and ask for a refund because they're so cheap. It's just the way it is, right? So um, this one is in Calaveras County, and it's got Lake Tahoe up here. It's got Yosemite National Forest over here. It's got San Francisco over here, Sacramento over here. So let's zoom in on this. There's another park up here. It's Big Trees State Park. And that's like the monster kinds of trees. This neighborhood that this property is in is called Fly-In Acres. I got a tab pulled up on that next. I'll talk about the neighborhood in a little bit. But as we zoom in, there's a road right by the property. It's called Moran Road. And then there's a creek. So this one's on a creek and a road, paved road with a power line and a water line. So this creek runs right along the road. There's a gap, there's some between the creek and the road, and then the property's on the other side of the creek. Well, you ask, how do you get there, right? Well, I'll show you. The neighbors are building bridges to get in here. The small ones, basic ones, easy ones, make it look like so much fun. I'd have fun building one of those. And then in the back, there's these dirt roads that run to the back of the property. There's a little cabin up here that's right at the apex of the property. It looks like these roads get to the top of the property, and then it's a hill. I mean, there is a hill there, so you go down the hill into the thicker part of the property where you could actually build something. But so I think you can access it from both sides, either by building a bridge or wading through the stream, or by going in these dirt roads to the back. And I think there's easements to it in the back. Looking at plat maps and stuff, I think the easiest way is going to be a bridge it from Moran Road into the property. So let's click on this. We're in the map search. I'm just going to click on it. It'll bring it up in the RealVacantLand.com kind of thing. And I'm asking $49,900 for this property. It's 3.24 acres. It's in Calaveras County, California. And I got my map up here. Got some pictures of the area and stuff. I got pictures from a picture guy. It should be coming soon. He was up there taking pictures like a day or two ago. And so we should get some real pictures on it. Maybe before you see this, we'll get them uploaded in there and everything. I gotta pay them, get rid of the watermarks and stuff. So here's our new interactive map. So if you go to the link down at the bottom of this video, it'll take you to my website, RealVacantLand.com. Specifically this page about this property, and you can play with this map. And this is brand new. In the last day or two, I just started getting these maps on the website, and I'm so excited about them. If you haven't seen my other videos, start showing off these maps. It's going to make it so much easier for people to find land. Everyone's calling and asking, where's the land, give me directions. And I usually just give them GPS coordinates, but I think this will help a lot better. This gives you a picture or an idea of where the lines lay out. So I'm getting this rolled out in all the properties over time. It'll take a bit of time to get them all. It's a lot of details to get these in there, but I think we'll get them all in there right before you know it. So you can see there's some neighboring houses, house. These are all built, like people built all along here, all along this road and the stream. These ones are built on the other side of the stream. You might be able to get in between the stream and the road over here and build a house like these people are doing. But I think the more cool way, for lack of better words, is to put in a bridge. I want to show you a guy down here put in a bridge. See if we can find it. You can see the power lines going along. I think he's parking right there on the side of the street, maybe. This might be his bridge. That might be the bridge with the pictures. I'm going to try to zoom in and get you some pictures on this. So if we take this little dude over here, we should be able to see some street view. So this is, everyone can play with this on the maps. Yeah, I think you park there on the side of the road. And then people put trails, they put a trail down and a little pedestrian path across the bridge. That might be his marker. Imagine getting pizza delivered. Like, yeah, pull off the side of the road, take the footpath, cross the bridge, bring the pizza to my house. Get some building supplies delivered. Yeah, stop at the side of the road, carry them across the bridge, drop them off at the house. No, in reality, you're probably going to have to get a wagon or a wheelbarrow or something and shuck the supplies over yourself or hire somebody. But once you get the place built, that entrance is going to be something to remember. People are going to remember this cabin and this house because you've got the unique entrance. My internet's not doing super well right now, so I'm cruising around. I'm getting these Monet style pictures, all blotchy, like Monet's lost his sight, and the lily pads look like he spilled his paint instead of like a circle round lily pad, like the early days Monet paintings. So I'm going to get out of here. You can play with this. You can go on the website and go do it on your own and drive around and look at the property from the street view. And this should be available to all the properties on the website shortly. I got some other cartoons up here with different houses and info and stuff. The buy it now on this one is set up to, I think it's $500. Yeah, so it's asking for $500. You put your information in here. The $500 is just a down payment. It's to hold the property, to let me know that you're for real, you're actually going to go for it, and you can make a serious, honest shot to go buy this thing, and not just say I'm gonna. Like I hear I'm gonna 50 times a day, and people don't buy the property. So just put down a $500 down payment, and you can use that towards closing through title, escrow, dropping off cash, cashier's check, credit card, ACH, regular check, however you want to pay. I'm pretty easy. Some people send cases of guns or gold or all kinds of barter, cars, boats. Let me know what you're into. I'm sure we could figure something out. Maybe not guns in California, but you know what I mean. So I was just looking at this. The legal description on here is missing one of the lots. So I wanted to talk about that too. I think it should be 116. I'm going to look that up and get that updated. There's 3 lots. 3 lots. The APN number, the assessor parcel number on this is 1. So you're paying a tax bill on 1 property theoretically. But there's 3 lots involved. So you could theoretically, I shouldn't say theoretically, I'm pretty darn sure you can sell the other 2 lots to someone else. So you could buy 3, sell 2 to help pay your bills for paying for the 1 and building the bridge. Put the access in there, write up an easement to whoever you sell these properties to. Probably do an agreement with them too. Say, hey, you're going to pay for your third of maintaining this bridge over time, right? So if they die, disappear, or whatever on you, whoever's comes in next is still on the agreement because it'll stick to the property that way if you do it when you sell it. And so you can keep the bridge fixed and keep it maintained, but just paying a third of the maintenance costs of making it happen. And by putting a bridge in, whether it's footbridge or a proper drive-on bridge or like one of those drawbridges or a bridge with a cover over the top of it, you could do all kinds of artsy stuff with a bridge. That'll create access to the other 2 properties. And that should increase the value of those properties drastically. And so by making access to your property, you should increase the value of these other 2 properties just as a bystander kind of way. And then you should be able to sell those other 2 properties for a good deal more than I'm asking for this package of 3 properties. I'm trying to sell these things way below the market. And if you hire a local realtor and everyone that knows everything about the area and who likes to buy land and stuff, they can probably sell the other two properties at market rates to somebody that you want to have as a neighbor. You're the one ultimately selling them, so you can say, I don't want that person as a neighbor. I want that person. Good deal. Here we go. Next. Make it happen. So, zoning, it's residential. There's power at the street. There's a power line that runs down the street. Water, there's a water line at the street. The local community has their own water system. Sewer, you'd have to put in some kind of septic system to figure that out. Property taxes not updated on here yet. I gotta get the property taxes. I just went through title, so I'm sure the taxes are paid off, but I don't know exactly what the taxes are in the property. I'll try to get that updated on the website. And no closing dock fees if you're paying some normal way. If you're going through a title company, I ask that you pay the title company fees. Type of terrain says flat. It's not. There's a hill there. I need to update that. Let me make a note. And then there's a school that's 9 minutes away. There's a post office 9 minutes away. There's a gas station 8 minutes away. There's a bar and grill. It's 8 minutes away. There's Walmart. That's 52 minutes away. Get a little bit further to go to Walmart and get those kinds of supplies. I'm sure there's a Home Depot and building supplies probably within that same kind of range too. Yeah, so there's the information there. I pulled it up in this other software called Agent Pro, Title Pro, a bunch of names for this. This is Black Knight's data, and their property lines look like this. They look like the same as on the website. It's this pie-shaped thing. They got this property up here, and I believe the easement runs along the borders of this to get to the property. And I think it comes on the back side. It comes off this street, Chamois Court, and Molokimi Drive, and it hooks off there. So if you look at the plat maps on it, it looks like you could build a driveway in that way too to get it from the top. And there's a little cabin up here at the top somewhere. And this is Microsoft data, the satellite images here, so I don't see it in there. In the Google data you can see it. And then over here, this lot over here is the one I wanted to show you that's got a bridge going across the stream that I think, it's an ugly house, but I like the idea of the bridge. So we'll get there eventually. I've got some pictures in Instagram. I pulled up Calaveras Big Trees State Park. This is a park that's just up the road from the property. Somebody's taking pictures of the flowers, and but they got these big trees here, really big trees. And they've got some people standing in front of trees. You can see how big these trees are. We'll see if my internet can keep up. There's a whole bunch of people standing in front of the tree. These trees are monsters. Maybe this is an easier one. Yeah, that one loaded easier. Okay, so look at this lady. I mean, she's like the size of a little rivulet of bark in the tree. It's that is a huge tree. You could carve a house out of the inside of that tree. There's some massive trees. So you got big ones you don't have them that big on the property, but you got some big ones on the property. Just up the way is the really big ones. And then everything just gets stuck. So we'll move on to the next thing. I was looking up that park, and this park was saying it's like one of the oldest parks around. Became a state park in 1931 to preserve the North Grove of giant sequoias. The grove includes a discovery tree, also known as the Big Stump, the first Sierra redwood noted by somebody in 1852. It's been a major tourist attraction ever since. Considered the longest continuously operated tourist facility in California. This is like the oldest tourist thing in California, right up the road. Because they got these monster trees. And they talk about all kinds of stuff, how to get there from San Francisco. It's they take the I-580 eastbound over Altamont Pass to the I-205 towards Manteca. You can look this up, how to get there. From Southern California, I thought they might say how long it takes. Let's go back here. Let's look at the listing of the property. That's too far back. Let's look at the listing of the property. I want to pull up directions a couple different places. So there's GPS coordinates on the listing site, which is linked to at the bottom of this website in the description box. So if we pull that up and we do Sacramento, California, see how far off we are for that. 96 miles, the route to Sacramento. San Francisco, 159 miles, San Francisco. It's almost easier to go to San Francisco than Sacramento. Lake Tahoe South, South Lake Tahoe. Bunch of road closures. People worried about some fires. My internet's crunching away, but you know, Lake Tahoe is just up here. It's not that far away. It's more about which route do you take to get there. And then Yosemite, I wanted to pull up Yosemite National Park too, but it's kind of like a, you know, not horseshoe, kind of like a boomerang shot to get to Yosemite. You gotta go down, down, and around, or up, down, and around, depending on how adventurous you are. I like this top route going into Yosemite. A lot less people and oh so beautiful. 93 miles. Lake Tahoe would probably go up this way somehow. I don't know why it's not coming up on the map. There we go. 96 miles, just under 100 miles. A couple different routes you could take. South Lake Tahoe. So you got a lot of stuff in the area. I mean, you get into the Sierra Nevada foothills like this. I mean, there's outdoor adventure in all different directions. So we were just talking about that. So the neighborhood, okay. So this is in an HOA, and I usually say HOA run the other way, but this HOA was created in like the 50s, I think, and so they've got a history of this HOA. They started selling lots for like $10 down, $10 a month. You know, this is right after World War II. You know, nobody had money. So let's see. So 50s. So the dues started in 1954. So it was incorporated something before that. Flying Acres Homes Association was the very first to be incorporated in the state of California. Happy 60th birthday, Flying Acres. So imagine that. This was the first neighborhood to be incorporated as an HOA in the state of California. This was before problems happened. You know, as you start HOAs and then somebody complains, somebody has an issue, someone has a problem about this, that, and something else, they create new rules and regulations. And so since then, the rules and regulations have gone, you know, over the top of your head. Good luck trying to get them all in between one ear and the other and understand them. But back when they were written for this neighborhood, it was a couple guys sitting down for breakfast and saying, okay, what should the rules and regulations be? People should build a house, and people should be nice to their neighbors. You know, it's basically something like that. And we want to collect some money to take care of the roads and take care of the water system and build out the neighborhood. So they started charging $2 a year, and they started charging $5 a year if you wanted to go fishing. So they were stocking the lake, and that was what mattered to them. $5 a year, you know, we're going to put it into fish and make this lake awesome. So as part of owning this property, you get access to the lake. And then later on, they raised it to $10. And then in 65, they raised it to $25. In the 80s, it went up to $40. In the late 80s, it went up to $65. No due increases for 12 years. Water company dues were $50, then $75, then $95. In 82, they were raised to $115. 82 was the year I was born. And in 1986 to $150. You know, it's like they've kept the rates really reasonable and they're proud of it. It's that kind of neighborhood or people that live there are taking care of it, and they're just there for it. So I put a link to this website on my website so you can go read all about it. There's a bunch of pictures. My favorite picture of the area was this one. You guys might not like this picture, but this is my favorite picture. We'll see if it comes up. Look at the size of that. That's got to be grizzly, right? That's not black bear. That's a grizzly print. Serious grizzly print with some dog prints, maybe. Raccoon. Might be raccoon next to it. This is nature, right? In the winter, it actually snows. I was reading about it. It doesn't seem to last for very long. It's short windows that the snow lasts. So people take pictures of it. If you're trying to go cross country skiing and stuff, you got to hit that window just right. These pictures are taking too long to load. They got history of like people flying the plane in and out of there. It's flying acres, right? So they had an airstrip. They closed down the airstrip and someone crashed. And the lake and history of the lake and people sailing boats in the lake and all about the lake. So you can get access to this lake and go use the lake too. Okay, so my favorite part of this whole thing, this was one of the main reasons I bought this property and I didn't just pass on it, was the what looks like the lack of access, because of going from Moron Road across the creek to the main part of the property. The backside looks like you got to do some work to drive into the backside. So I want it like easy access, really easy access, drive up, go for it, right? But it doesn't have that because the creek's there. The creek is cool. I really like the creek. I would want to have a creek on my property, but you got to cross the creek, in my opinion, before you build something. I might be wrong, but I think you got to cross the creek to build. So this lot down here sold for $90,000 in what was that? September? No. August. Yeah. August of this year. Last month. Or is July? That's July. Sorry. I don't know why I'm spacing out. I'm on stage in front of the camera. So July, 2 or 3 months ago, right? Sold for $90,000. This is the ugliest house, but the coolest location. So I'm sure they could just go change it into something better. Classic rustic cabin on the creek, flying acres, price to sell in current condition. Amble down to your own refuge. Blah 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 blah. Okay, let's look at the pictures because I wanted to show you this. This is the neighbor. This is not the property they have up for sale. This is the neighbor. It's an ugly house. It's not what I'm trying to show you. So here's the turnoff. He just put a number on the tree, and you park on the side of the road and you walk in. Here's the bridge. The little trail, you put a rope between some 4x4s and you hold on to the rope. If you're in a wheelchair, good luck. You're not making it. Maybe modern fancy off-road wheelchair or something, but this is a rustic cabin approach. This is your $1 million entrance. This is what you put on Airbnb when you want this place to rent out. You want the new up and coming people who think they're awesome to come up here, pay a bunch per night. This is the entrance, not drive up cement and blacktop. This is why I like it. Maybe I'm off in right field, but this bridge, it reminds me of a bridge I had on my high school campus going from one side of the stream to the other, in Leelanau, northern Michigan. This reminds me of bridges we had by my house in Elk Rapids where I grew up. Neighbors had bridges like this going across Yuba Creek. It was a creek I used to play in as a kid. And this creek looks a lot like it. So look at this. They got chairs down by the creek. This is the creek that runs through your property. So if you buy this property, this is the same creek. And I'm sure the water level goes up and down in the seasons. But, I mean, they got the chairs right there next to the creek, so that probably doesn't change that much. Or else the chairs get washed away. You got the bridge going through here. This is fall colors when they took these pictures. Look at that stream. I mean, this stream's just flowing. If you want a pool, you put some rocks in there, and the pool happens, and the water keeps going. Here's their cabin, and the cabin is really close to the stream, right? I mean, it looks like it's going to get flooded. The snow melts, the thing's going to flood, in my opinion. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Maybe the creek is really stable. It's a good reference. Maybe the brown on the side of the house was a flood. Look at that creek. It's just cruising. So you're going to hear it at night. You're going to hear it at day. You're going to hear it 24/7. Just the movement of water. It's a beautiful sound. Some people pay for it. Set up fake. Here's wood. I mean, they're burning wood. Wood fire. Wood fire. Just wood. Classic cabin. monster trees. Look at the size of these trees. The tree's like bigger than the door. I mean, it's, you could use a chainsaw and cut a door out of the tree out of one piece of wood. Not that you want to cut the tree down, but it's a big, big, big tree. This place is full of big trees. There's a stream. Beautiful little stream. So you could be right on this stream. You could build a bridge across the stream, and you could have 3 lots on the stream. You could sell 2 of them to your brother, your cousin, your neighbor, your friend from high school, whoever. And all 3 of you can have your place on the stream in Sierra Nevada. Or you can sell them to some strangers. Just take their money and help pay for your bridge and pay for your lot. This was... yeah, so there's the bridge crossing the stream. Lots of pictures of the access. This is an ugly house. I don't care for the house. Totally ugly inside. Needs to be redone. And just burn it down and start over. House looks like a mess. But the access, you could build a much better house. And for not much money. It could be a whole lot of fun. So that's what I wanted to show you about that. We can also look at prices in the area. There's a property for sale across the street, asking $149,000. If we zoom out a little bit, there's a $30,000 one up here. This just looks like a hill, whole lot of hill, no stream. There was a $17,000 one somewhere in this area. Let's see if that shows up. Right here, where's that? So it's down here in another neighborhood, and I think it's at the top of a big hill. It's been up for sale for a bit, and I think it's all big hill. I might be wrong, but electric connections at the road. Yeah, they don't say much of anything about the property. I wonder if that's it. Yeah, I think it's just crazy hill. Just a lot of hill. But go look at it. Go look at all of them. Maybe I'm out to lunch. Maybe my prices are way off. Because most of the stuff in the area around my property, when the whole map just disappeared here somewhere, it's like 60 grand and up, or it's crazy hill. So if you look at the area, I mean, go study it. You're shopping land, you should study it. But I think mine's the cheapest because mine's 3 lots. You can sell off 2 of the 3 to help pay for it, and it's on a stream. Right on the stream. With big trees. These other ones are asking a lot more money. They're generally a lot less land. It's a couple 5 acres. Well, it's probably all the same one. 79 grand, 5 acres. They don't have a stream. So take a look at this. Take a look at the property. Let me know if this is the right one for you. And I'll put a link down below so you can go look at it in person, look at it on the maps, look at it in the satellite, street view, however, and see if it's the right property for you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Luke Smith at ruralvacantland.com, and I'd love to get some pictures of what you build on this property someday. I think that'd be really cool. At least hear the story. If you could YouTube it, that'd be even better. I'd be like your follower #1. Tell other people about it too. So if you could YouTube it up, how you're building, what you're building, the whole process, that would be nice. We could all learn from you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com.